Welcome to this fresh edition of the Leadership Advancement Mentorship Podcast, where we have experience a leader's journey, their leadership development, and how mentorship has really impacted their leadership, making them to be more effective. Today, we have with us a friend and one of one someone I didn't want to get on this podcast for a while. Kari-Lynn Hastman. How are you? Hi, Kari.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, Dr. Michael. I'm blessed
Yeah.
and highly favored, just like you.
Okay, good to have you.
Amazing.
Tell us something about yourself. Let's get to know you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here and to share. I'm a certified coach, speaker, trainer with Maxwell Leadership, also with How You Shine Training and Development. I'm the business builder for a local networking group here in Tampa. Purposeful Living Women. I help women entrepreneurs to grow and to discover their purpose and to
Mm.
help align them for kingdom purpose.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. So tell us, what at what point in your life did you become more aware of your leadership potential? At what point? Yeah.
The awareness,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to attribute that to parenthood. You
Mm,
know, when you realize that you have a life that is dependent on you. And that was my first awareness of leadership and mentorship. And then
mm,
we home educated our kids as well. So just extending that into their role as their educator.
mm,
And then stepping into this platform now currently, I had somebody that believed in me. I'll say that somebody that believed in me and called out a new purpose that was, I'll say it was just ready. It was ready. And that was with becoming the business builder of the current networking group that I'm with. So to accept that role as the business builder, that awareness of mentorship and the role that was now growing and expanding into
mm. But
together.
who was the first person that believed in you before this current development?
I'm going to attribute that to my mama. So
Mm,
my mother believed in me. She spoke life over me
mm,
in every situation. Just that undercurrent of knowing that mama's got your back, kind of thing. That
mm.
mama's
So
there.
did your mom see some leadership potential inside of you? Did she call it out? How did it happen? At what age did you become aware that you have this leadership potential that is worth developing? At what age in particular? Yeah.
Very young, actually. She owned a ladies' wear store, and she named it after me. So it was Kari-Lynn's Boutique. But
Wow, she named
and
her store after
she
you?
named it after me. So I was famous in my small community back in Canada, in one sense, and I grew in that role very young because people would know me in the community, and I would become part of her marketing, like coordinating the fashion shows. I
At
would go
what age were
shopping.
you at that time? Yeah.
Oh, very young. I would be like 8 years old going into fashion shows. And then I would start working in her store little by little and working with the customers and the clientele. And then I grew to becoming her marketing person and the person that would be responsible for shopping, for the season ahead. I would go with her to do those shopping trips and bringing the clothing into the store. So I grew very young into a management type of a role. So there was definitely that belief in me from a young age and that rise
Mm.
up opportunity.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, that was great. Just at age 8, there was a
Yeah.
story of a little girl called Katie. So Katie was coming from church and she was sitting at the back, and the mom and dad, they were in the front. So Katie was now sharing something with the parent. He said when she grew up, and she was just 8, just like what you talk about, 8-year-old. And she told the dad and mom that when she grew up, she want to be like that man. And they said, "Oh, Katie, you want to be a pastor?" She said, "No, I want to tell everybody what to do." Because they were just coming from church. She just saw that the pastor was, it's to her, it seems he was telling everybody what to do. Everybody stand up, sit down. They were like, and Katie said, "Wow, if this is what leadership is all about, I want
I
to
want
be
to tell
there, man."
everybody what to do.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
even though it's funny, yeah. So I want you to relate your story to Katie, and what does leadership means to you? Is leadership telling people what to do, like Katie taught?
To me, leadership, no, it's not telling people what to do. It's that support system. It's that cheerleader. So you're coming alongside with somebody. So you're leading them maybe to the next step. You're calling out that purpose that's inside of them, but you're believing in them. So sometimes, we all come across those moments where we doubt ourselves, or we have fears or discouragement that comes along our path. So to have that somebody, that leader that's holding that space for you, holding that space of, I believe in you. You might not believe in you right now, but I believe
Mm,
in you. And to lift that up and to maybe provide an opportunity for them, but to lead them to the next step, cheerleading them, encouraging them, and
mm,
applauding their achievements, so that
mm,
leadership is that role, maybe a role model, but a role in their life that somebody that you can count on.
Wow. So leadership is not telling people what to do. Because that's what Katie taught. Katie taught, oh, if this is leadership, oh,
Everybody
I,
gets
I
it.
want to be a leader. I want to be like that man right there, telling everybody what to do, including my dad and mom.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah. It's kind of like funny, but I did that. I created that picture on purpose. And what we'll be dealing with today is what leadership is not.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I want us to deal with, what leadership is not. So, as a leader and with your current level of exposure development right now, so what what do you think leadership is not that many people are buying into it, that they just, oh wow, this is leadership. Like we just said one of the truths about leadership. Leadership is not telling people what to do. So what other myths do you think people have embraced that they thought leadership is? So uh what can you say about what leadership is not that you have discovered as a leader?
I think there's a thought around leadership that it is
Mm,
about position.
mm,
That you've got a title, then you're a leader, right? Or you've got a
mm,
large group, a large following, and then you're a leader. But
mm,
really, I believe that everybody is a leader. You are in a place, you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's looking at your example, looking at your ability to rise up in certain
mm,
situations, and who's watching you. You often don't know that. Everybody's
mm,
leading somebody. But then the question
mm,
becomes, what are you leading them to? Are you leading them
mm,
to a better version of themselves because you've
mm,
shown that example of rising up? So the position of leadership, it's not about a position. It's actually more of a servant opportunity. It's come alongside you, link arms together. Let's rise up together. Let's journey together, and let's make each other better together.
mm. So I can pick up from something from what you just said now. So the first thing is leadership is not telling people what to do. And the second thing I got from you right now is leadership is not position. Yeah,
Right.
and so it's very important for people to know. And I like one thing that you mentioned, that leadership is for everyone is a leader. I believe that. I believe that. We had a conference this year called Leadership is for Everyone. It was a women leadership conference. And I believe in that acronym, LIFE. I call it LIFE. Leadership is for everyone. And I believe everyone has a seed of leadership inside of them. And I love what you said. Is the question is, where are you leading people to? So you are either leading people positively or negatively. Yeah, you can tell me that Hitler is not a leader. He's a leader, but he's a bad leader. So we can have good or bad leader. But the purpose of leadership is to be a leader that people will want to follow in the right direction. Yeah. So what else have you discovered that leadership is not?
Well, I've been focusing so much on leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is that opportunity to impact. So leadership would be the opposite of that. Leadership is not position. Leadership is not um, telling people what to do. Leadership is
Mm,
not it's never that that my way or the highway, right? Like you have to do as I say that you have to do. It's more about influence. It's more about shining your
Mm,
light in people's lives, more about the
mm.
opportunity that you have to call out what that purpose is
Yeah.
inside of somebody.
Wow. So now we got another point now that leadership is not coercion, just trying to force people to your own way. It's all about influencing people. And I believe influence can be either by inspiration or manipulation. Yeah. Okay, now I want to touch on something very great. So when you discover your leadership potential and your mom begin to give you that kind of environment, so are the what have you done intentionally to develop that potential, yeah, of your leadership? Because potential needs is something untapped, unused, undiscovered. It's just like a virgin land. So what have you done to develop your leadership potential, just from that tender age to this point that you are right now?
Mm. So I'm going to start with the word value and just recognizing the value in every single person. My own brother inspired me with just recognizing value and how important it is to speak life over people and to let them know about their value, which
Mm,
naturally attracted me to the John Maxwell trainings and teachings of
mm,
recognizing everybody has value and that we can offer value and enlarge other people's awareness of their value. So I've taken a lot of trainings with the John Maxwell courses, a lot of personal growth, and I'm always every day wanting to learn more, right? And I call myself multi-passionate just because there's so much in life to explore and to
mm,
learn and to do,
mm,
and I never want to retire. That kind of thing is there's just always purpose, from to the last breath that we have. There is always purpose that
mm,
we can be doing, even if that's for one person. So there's life is about an education, about an opportunity to grow and to learn. So I continue in that. I do a lot of reading, a lot of
mm,
personal growth, but then I'm going to say that stepping into those platforms. So when you're given an opportunity to rise up, that you take it, you say, yes, I will
mm,
do that. I might not feel that I'm fully equipped for that, but I'm going to grow there. I'm going to allow that
mm,
opportunity to stretch outside of my comfort zone, to step into that growth zone where I can level up, I can rise up to the next opportunity or to that growth
mm.
opportunity.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, just talking about all those expression of what you've done, how you're growing, how you're developing yourself, and even investing in the Maslow leadership and as a kind of environment to develop yourself. Because I like people to say that leadership is not cheap, it's expensive because you have to invest in yourself, attending conferences, listen to podcasts, reading, and at times you have to join a professional body like we both did, in the Maswell leadership, and we're not forcing everyone to be a part of it, but we're just letting people realize the price that it takes. Because if you want to be very effective in your leadership, you need to get yourself into a mentorship environment. That takes me to mentorship. So who do you look up to as a mentor? Who has really impacted you? What has been the impact of mentorship on your life personally as a leader?
Who has been a mentor
Yeah, for
for
you,
me?
whose mentor has shaped your leadership journey? Yeah,
I've had several mentors,
yeah.
several
Tell us
leaders.
about it. We want to know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right from youth, from a young girl, like I mentioned with my mother, and certain, I think, life circumstances have also been a large part of mentoring,
Mm,
and my faith. My faith. I say that God is my biggest mentor. You need an
mm,
answer, I go to scripture, and that's where I'm going to find what I need, no matter what the situation is. So
mm,
my current mentors right now, and I'm going to say my pastor Rodney Howard-Browne, and the leadership that he has embodied there for business as well, the opportunity for business growth
mm.
through that ministry, and in faith.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. What other mentors have shaped your work? Yeah. What other mentors have really poured into you? What other mentors? Do you have other mentors that you've not mentioned yet that has poured into you?
My mentors through my work would be my core group with Purposeful Living Women. So I have a core group of leaders, and we all raise each other up. And so those are the four leaders in my business building group here in Tampa. We have that amazing circle of women, and we meet regularly. We pour into each other. We lift each other up, and that's my level up girls, I say.
Wow, that's awesome. So, what's the greatest leadership lesson that you've learned? Yeah,
The greatest leadership lesson that
that you've learned as a leader. Yeah.
I've learned. Leadership is influence. Really, influence. We have so many opportunities to influence in
Mm,
our circles, whether that's our circle at home, whether that's our circle at work, whether that's our circle with our colleagues or our community, our ministries. That leadership, that role, that position that you've been put into in each circle, we might think is not that significant, but really it is more impactful than we often think it is. So to rise up into recognizing that leadership, no matter where you're placed, that leadership is impacting another life. That
mm,
person needs to hear that they're valuable. That person needs to hear that they're important. That person needs to hear that they're precious, that VIP. So you are one VIP reaching out to another VIP and just
mm,
passing that message along and being that
mm.
cheerleader for somebody. So leadership is influence. And it's more than we think. It's how we shine in the world that we've been placed into.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, tell us, what will the current Kari tell a little Kari? What will you tell a little version of yourself? Yeah. What do you think you know, what do you know now that you think you should have known done differently as a young leader?
To believe bigger. To believe bigger,
Mm,
and to never doubt, never no, don't allow those voices of doubt or discouragement, but
mm,
to say, stay true to the purpose and the plan that God has for your life, and to believe that you're capable. We don't have to be less than in any circle or circumstance. There's a purpose and a plan for every person.
yeah. Okay. Wow. This is great. Believing bigger. So that means if you have an opportunity to live again, you will believe bigger than you did when you were younger.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Think
So
bigger,
tell us
believe bigger.
what is your take on personal leadership? Yeah.
Personal leadership.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to lead ourselves first. That
Mm,
is so important. Yeah, we have to lead ourselves first. We have to train our mind, our thoughts. We have to renew our thoughts every day. We
mm,
are accountable first to ourselves, because out of that is the abundance that other people will be hearing from our words, right?
mm,
That's the impact that we will have on other people. So it is so important, the personal leadership that we have, that we're
mm,
on top of it every day, that we're keeping ourselves accountable every day. What thoughts am I thinking? What words am I speaking? What actions am I doing? And to develop that discipline in our daily life to live that out. We never want to be a person that, "Oh, I wish that," and, we all come across those. I wish that I would have. We don't want to live in that
mm,
space, but we want to live intentionally looking
mm,
forward, because we can design our life. We can design our day. We wake up in the morning, we can be grateful or not, right? And we can
mm.
choose that first thought of the morning throughout the design of the rest of our day.
Wow, that's great. John Maxwell said you can either lead your life or accept your life. That many people, they just accept their life. They just believe that they can do nothing about it. No, we have to lead our life. That's intentional living. So tell us, what are the three leadership books that have shaped your leadership? Three books.
Oh, well, I've got one right here. Becoming a Person of Influence is
Woo!
my current. I just taught
Can you put it up so that people can see it? Yeah.
yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah,
Becoming a
yeah.
Person.
I know the book. I just want people to see it.
Yeah,
Becoming a
yeah,
Person of Influence by Dr. John Maswell. Okay, what else?
yeah. John Maxwell, Jim Dornan. Um, Another book that I've currently been reading. Actually, I just got it here, but a lot of Lisa Bevere books as well. If you're familiar
I know
with
Lisa Vera. Yeah.
books, and
Does she has book on leadership?
Not necessarily leadership, but just faith-based leadership,
Yeah,
just
but I'm
becoming
talking about leadership books.
leadership books. I'm going to say all of the John Maxwell leadership books, the 15
Mm.
Laws of Invaluable Growth. Most recently was High Road Leadership. Uh,
Okay.
Loved that book. So I took
Mm.
that into my networking, my women's business group, as well as my own family.
That's good. Now you've been talking so much about this women networking group. Tell us, how did you came across this women networking group, and what has been the impact of that teamwork relationship in your life? Yeah.
Yeah, coming to it, I'm from Canada, and we moved here to Tampa almost 4 years ago, and so just meeting new people, going on a hike with another group of women, and you just never know what relationship will blossom and grow from that. So, um, I met the founder of the Purposeful Living Women, and our relationship grew to where she asked me to be the business builder for Purposeful Living Women. And it's been that opportunity for me to rise up. It's been that opportunity for, as somebody was believing in me,
Mm.
that I would believe in myself and I can rise up. And now out of that, I can impact other women that are on a similar journey as myself.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. Okay, before you go to there, I got two more questions for you. And the first question is, how has failure shaped your life
How has failure shaped my life? Failure is an
as a leader?
opportunity to
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
I remember that actually my son's grade 1 teacher said that to him, and that I never forgot that, because that's what she was teaching my little grade 1 son
Mm.
at the time, that it's an opportunity to learn. Mistakes are an opportunity to learn. And so I kept that throughout my mothering years, my young mothering years. And something that I recognize that today, that you know what, those mistakes, those are really some of the best teachers. Right. If it depends
Yeah.
on how we come out the other side. So we can stay there and we can stay stuck, dwelling on the negative aspect of the failure, or we can turn it around and we can say, okay,
Mm.
there's a lesson hidden in here. I just have to find it.
Mm.
And when I do, I'm gonna look at it as a way that I can learn from this, I can grow from this, and I can come out the other side better
Mm.
than when I went into it. So there's such great opportunities when we have those moments, as painful as they are. They're
Yeah.
great opportunities for growth.
Wow, that's awesome. And I like that because someone said fail, the word fail itself is a first attempt in learning. And I love the way you look at it as an opportunity to learn. And if you see it that way, you're not afraid of failure, because the real failure is when you don't really learn from it. Yeah, that's the real failure. And that takes the fear out of failure. It helps people to explore new territory, to take new strides, and to be the best version of themselves. So, my last question for you is this: when you when your time is up on this world, what do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to be remembered?
Mm.
What do you want people to say of you? And just kind of like, how do you want people to remember you as a person? Yeah, and as a leader. Yeah.
I want to be remembered as my impact and
Mm.
my legacy for
Mm.
eternity. So that I was the person that believed in them. I was the person that encouraged them. I was the person
Mm.
that spoke life over them and impacted their future. But not only
Mm.
impacted their future, but it's also got that rippling effect. That's my hope, is that the words that I speak over them, the maybe the
Mm.
opportunities, but the purpose that I can
Mm.
call out of them. It's like gold,
Mm.
when gold is refined, it
Yeah.
becomes higher in purity, right? And the other aspects of it get melted away, becomes pure, and that I can be that person that discovers that gold inside of
Mm.
them and calls it out, so that they become more aware of it, and
Mm.
that they can see that I can shine in this world, and the circle of influence that I have, or the circle that I am in, the impact that I can have, so that I would be that person that would have believed in them to help
Mm.
them believe in themselves.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I read a book called "Believing People," and written by I mean, by a billionaire. It really impacted me about how much can happen when we believe in people. It's such a powerful thing as a leader. When we believe in others, we give them the permission to fly, permission to be their most self. And then, wow, I think I have another question. Yeah.
Oh,
So what will be your last word for any emerging leader listening to you trying to figure out their leadership? So, and they're trying to, oh, where do I go from here? Where do I start in my leadership journey, leadership development, and how do I, and so what would be your advice? Just think about sitting on a table with someone and just have an opportunity to coach someone. So what would be your, what would be your take for that person? What would be your advice for a young leader that is
mm.
trying to figure out this leadership team? What would be your advice for that leader?
I would say surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Surround yourself
Mm,
with people that are positive, people that are that believe in you. Surround your people that with yourself with people that applaud you, that check in on you, because you become like those five people. So that
mm,
the circle that you are in are speaking
mm,
something over you. And as a
mm,
young emerging leader, who are those people? So to be very intentional about the people that you are allowing into that circle, and
mm,
check what influence, what impact do they have on me, and vice versa. What impact am I having on them? Because you become like your surrounding. Their
mm,
thoughts will become your thoughts, and that
mm,
grows into our words, that grows into our actions, that grows into our consequences. So you're going to be just like that circle. So
mm,
be guarded, be
mm.
intentional about who you're surrounding yourself with.
Wow. In fact, I'm big about this, what you just talked about. I started a series and on LinkedIn started sharing about why it's very important to audit your association.
Mm,
And it's such important about this, what I call the silent saboteur, how toxic relationship is hurting people and without them knowing. And it's really important. Someone said the fastest way to lose yourself is to surround yourself with people that doesn't share your value.
mm.
So being picky, I'm very picky about relationship. I don't just relate with people. It's not being snobbish, it's not being arrogant, it's just being selective, because if you don't set boundaries, you can't be all you need to be. Oh, that's awesome. So how can people find you? I know how to find you. I know how to get you. How can people find you? They listen to you. They say, wow, they want more of you. How can people find you? Can you tell them where to find you, please?
Yes, yes, thank you. Howyoушine.com. HOW,
Wow. So that's your
letter
that's your
U.
website?
Yes, letter U, shine.com. That's where you
Oh,
can,
okay. How you
yes, the letter
I
U.
Larry, oh wow, wow, that's awesome. Wow, that's great. Oh no.
Thank you.
This is very creative. How did you came about that?
Do you know? Yeah, my family and I, we just years ago we just brainstormed what would be a good name for me, and I like to use the scripture, let your light shine
Okay.
before others, and so that word shine became part of my message to others, because first of all
Hmm.
you discover who you are and the value that you have, and that's how you shine.
Wow. I think I should have made it. Maybe I should make the topic of so can you I can't resist this. This is huge. You dropping this gold at a very latter part. So how do people shine as a leader? So can you just let me give you 2 3 minutes to deal with that. So how do people shine as a leader in this world that needs leadership? Yeah.
That's the gold inside of them. There is a purpose inside of every single person.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just that discovery. First of all, we
Yeah.
have to be aware
So
what
before
is it.
before people shine as a leader, they have to discover what? Yeah.
They have to discover the gold inside. They have to believe that there's gold inside of them, that there's
Okay.
value inside of them. So it's that discovery mode. What makes you cry? What are you passionate about? What makes your heart beat a little bit faster? What gets you up in the morning and motivates you to do something? What makes you do what allows you to do something even for free that you wouldn't get paid for? So what is that? It's unique for every single person. Every single person is on this earth for a purpose. We have to discover that. Sometimes we need that mentor to come along and to help call that out and to call out that purpose. But boy, when you discover what that purpose is, that's like the gas pedal and it's not letting go. It's a powerful thing when a person discovers their purpose. That is how they shine. They're going to shine. Whatever you put inside of you is what's going to show up on the outside. So it's important, like I mentioned, about the people you're
Mm.
surrounding yourself with,
So
about the
people,
groups
so
that
the
care for.
is the purpose the gold that you're talking about?
Is the purpose the gold? The inside? Yeah, yeah, that's that gold. That's that
So
beauty.
how do people discover that purpose? Yeah.
How do they discover? It starts with a lot of questions. You have to get to know yourself. So it's an awareness, the
Okay.
things that and sometimes you have to go through an inventory, like you mentioned, you're taking inventory of yourself, the things that really that make you tick, right? The things that light your fire, that get you excited, and things that don't, recognizing the things that are not aligned
Mm.
with you. So it's becoming very fine-tuned, like an instrument, to discover what makes that beautiful sound, what makes you move forward. And that's that gold that's inside of you, and it's there, it's just waiting to be discovered.
Wow. Just like I just discovered it now towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
Ah, I'm glad I didn't miss that.
there's
Wow.
gold, there's gold.
Yeah, let's go. Now we just found this goal towards the end of
The
this
treasure.
podcast. It's as if I should start all over again now. Wow. Because I just hit something and I just realized that's what you're passionate about, how you shine. Because, like I said, my curiosity was so heightened when you talk about that website, howyoушine.com. That was great. Wow. 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 Now, let me just say this before we close. I got to know Coach Kari through Adora Lynn. Lynn happens to be our cover personality for the Blaze of Change in the Lamb Global community. And I saw how much her mom has been such a great influence on her. And I want to tell you something. You've really influenced your daughter in a very beautiful way. She's highly mannered, and that's why we choose that for that. And so we're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna organize something for you on parenting, because you got a proof that we wanna. Just before we go today, what's your last comments? And as we close this podcast, what's your closing comments? For emerging leaders? Yeah.
For imagined leaders, go discover the gold.
Mm,
Go discover the gold. And no matter what refining process you have to go through, though, that refinement is that challenge that brings you to
mm,
breakthrough. You're going to find the part of you that shines, and it's there. It just needs that discovery, and
yeah.
to
Mm,
allow that refinement to happen, and
mm,
you'll discover the gold.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, it's been a real privilege coming.